All right, let's talk about employee onboarding. But, not the version that's all wrapped up in a few weeks. We're going to dive into why the most critical part of a new hire's journey really kicks in after day 90, and why getting that part wrong can be a seriously costly mistake.
So let's imagine this for a second. Your new team member, they just hit that 3-month mark. They've gone through all the training, they've met the team, they've learned the ropes. But now it's day 91. The official welcome wagon has rolled on. What happens now?
For way too many employees, the reality is that all that structured support they've been getting just vanishes. The checklists are ticked, orientation is a distant memory, and suddenly they're pretty much on their own. And that right there is a huge mistake.
And the stakes are super high right from the get-go. I mean, think about this. Roughly 20% of all employee turnover happens within the first 45 days. That's a staggering number of people leaving before they've even had a real chance to start. It just goes to show how vital that early support really is.
This whole situation brings us to something we can call the 90-day cliff. It's this idea that the traditional onboarding process creates this sharp, sudden drop-off in support that, honestly, leaves a lot of new employees feeling totally stranded.
And this is the heart of the problem, right? It's this massive disconnect. The company's thinking, okay, 90 days are up, they're good to go, fully integrated. But the employee's reality? It's often feeling lost, kind of adrift, right when the really hard parts of the job are starting to kick in, and poof, their safety net is gone.
And let's be real, a 90-day model can only do so much. It's fine for the absolute basics, the policies, the logins, but it's nowhere near enough time to build real, deep connections to the culture. Plus, jobs change. The model can't keep up. And this is a massive issue for remote and hybrid workers, who need even more deliberate support to feel like they're actually part of the team.
So what's the actual damage here? What's the true cost of pulling the plug on support too early? Because this isn't just about someone feeling a little disconnected, it has real, tangible, and very expensive consequences.
This chart just lays it all out, doesn't it? This is the danger zone. Of all the people who leave within their first year, a whopping 2/3 of them are out the door in the first 6 months. That tells us loud and clear that the period between month 3 and month 6 is absolutely make or break, and it's exactly when traditional onboarding has already faded out.
And this isn't some big mystery. People are telling us why. 1/3 of employees flat out say that a bad onboarding experience is enough to make them quit. That's a direct, powerful line connecting a flawed process to the very expensive problem of losing good people.
Okay, so we've laid out the problem pretty clearly, but what's the fix? Well, this is where it gets really exciting. This is the incredible payoff you get when you shift from a 90-day sprint to a full year-long journey. The benefits are just massive.
Get this. Companies with a great, extended onboarding process can boost their new hire retention by an incredible 82%. I mean, that is a total game changer. But it's not just about getting people to stay. It's about their performance too. That same structured, long-term process can lead to a 50% jump in new hire productivity. So people don't just stick around, they become highly effective, contributing members of the team way faster. And that has a ripple effect.
And look at this. We're talking long-term stability now. Employees are 69% more likely to stay with a company for at least 3 years if they have that amazing onboarding experience. So this isn't just about surviving year 1. It's about building a solid foundation for a long and successful career with you.
So how do you actually do this? It's not some big, complicated secret. Let's walk through a pretty clear blueprint for what a successful first year can look like. Instead of that frantic, front-loaded sprint, think of it more like this. It's a journey with key milestones. You have your initial check-ins, sure, the formal 90-day review is still there, but then, and this is key, you have a crucial check-in at 6 months that's all about culture and their career. And you cap it off for the year 1 review that's about planning for the future. It's continuous. It's a relationship.
You can really boil this down to 4 essential pillars. First, you've got those regular, structured check-ins that go way past 90 days. Second, you give them a mentor or a buddy for the whole first year, a go-to person. Third, their training doesn't just stop, it evolves as the job gets more complex. And finally, and this is so important, you actively talk about their career path. You show them they have a future with you.
At the end of the day, making this work requires a pretty fundamental shift in how we think. We have to stop looking at onboarding as just another administrative task to get through and start seeing it for what it really is. And this is the big takeaway right here.
Onboarding is not a one-time cost you try to minimize. It is an ongoing strategic investment in your most valuable asset, your people. When you invest in them from day 1 through day 365, you're investing in their success, which is ultimately the company's success. Simple as that.
So, I'll just leave you with this one question to mull over. Is your company's onboarding a frantic sprint to a 90-day finish line? Or is it the well-supported, well-paced first leg of a marathon? Because how you answer that question could honestly make all the difference.